Mark, starting with progression, of course, in the FA Cup. Last weekend we've been drawn against Reading. What's your view on that?
Yeah, it's on paper it's a difficult draw. Obviously, it could have been easy in terms of opposition we may well have had in the draw, but we'll look forward to it. I think it's a good test for us and good reward. I thought we played excellent in the cup game against Boston. Lads came in and made 8 or so changes and they acquitted themselves really, really well. So really pleased with the impact everybody made in that game.
How are the lads feeling about that draw? They must be really excited at the prospect of, going there and facing a League One side. And
yeah, we haven't really discussed it to any great extent. I think our focus this weekend is more clearly on Forest Green, but as it looms on the horizon, I'm sure we'll start discussing it in more detail and we'll get to the bones of it and make sure that we've got a game plan in terms of what we're going to do against them.
Have the lads come through that game against Boston perfectly fine? No new issues there?
No, we're in good shape at the moment. I was able to obviously rest a few players as well. A number of players have put a big shift in the early part of the season, and it was an opportunity to use the squad, and felt that was a real bonus in terms of the game itself, that we were able to come through unscathed relatively. So yeah, really pleased with how the squad is at the moment. We're quite healthy.
How's the mood in the camp right now? You look at the likes of Harry, who come in, like you say, one of many changes, had a really great performance. Yeah,
I think it's goes alongside obviously winning football matches, but the top and bottom of it, I think they all understand that each and every one of them will have a part to play this year, and I think that's really important that they understand that. I think they do. They know that they've got my trust, and if I have to make changes or if people drop out, either touch wood, not through injury we hope, but in terms of maybe loss of form and changes need to be made, then each and every one of them knows they need to be ready and ready to go if called upon. And credit to each and every one of them. Last weekend they were ready to go. A number of them hadn't played a lot of games and didn't have a great deal of minutes on the board, but you wouldn't have thought that given the level of their performance.
So that performance kind of been echoed in training going into another big game this weekend?
Yeah, we've probably had to get the reins on them a little bit. I think everybody feels they've got a chance to play, and that's where I want the squad to be. Everybody really pushing hard. If you're out at the side, then you've got to really impress in training. So every level goes up, your match level and training level as a consequence.
Has there been any kind of specific focus going into this one, any target areas?
No, we'll have a game plan like we always do, but I think first and foremost it's about the level we're able to hit. I think when we're playing well and when we're on the front foot, then we look a better team and we affect the opposition in a better way. So we'll strive to be that version of ourselves and make sure that we ask questions of a very good Forest Green team. You have to say they've recruited well, got a good budget and got good players and made a lot of changes to their squad, but they will certainly be one of the teams at the end of the season that will hope to go up like ourselves. So yeah, it'll be a big test.
What kind of threats do you see them causing this weekend?
They're a high energy team. They've got a lot of legs, as the phrase goes. They can get around the pitch, got a lot of energy, youthful energy as well, and that lends itself to a high intensity, high tempo game. So we'll have to match that, which we can, and then you hope that in key areas of the field we'll have that little bit of quality that will take the game away from them.
Of course, the game's kicking off a little bit later, 5:30, live in front of the cameras on DAZN. Does that affect preparation for you, for the lads, in any kind of way?
Not really. I think we just push everything a couple of hours forward, and it's the same preparation, just a couple of hours later. It doesn't really impact on us.
In terms of the team going into that one, would it be fair to assume be pretty similar to that side that played Hartlepool?
Well, it might be. It might not be. I've got a lot of options, got a lot of choices, so I've got to make sure I pick the right team. But thankfully, I've got a lot of players I can call upon to do the job that I'm asking them of.
How's Junior Lawamba coming along following his injury at Scunthorpe?
Yeah, we're trying to integrate them back as protocol dictates. So he's joined in. Pat joined in a couple of sessions, so we'll see how he is leading into the weekend.
Any further updates on Embleton, Thomas or McGarvey at the moment?
No, not really.
On the supporters, obviously another big game. Numbers in terms of tickets are going really well so far. We say it every week, how much of an impact they can have. It's really important for the lads. Yeah,
I mean we had great support last weekend. A little bit strange, obviously, with just everybody packed in the paddock side, but actually the atmosphere was fantastic. So obviously once the stadium's fully opened and we're getting good numbers in, the atmosphere in the ground on match day, albeit it's not 3 o'clock Saturday, but 5:30 or whatever it is on a Saturday, that's when we go to work. So we really enjoy the sport we're getting at the moment. But the lads deserve it, in fairness. They're playing well, they're winning games, so that's why everybody wants to come to games at the moment.
How are the lads feeling going into such a big league game? Is there any nerves in there? Is it all excitement? You look at the likes of Regan, it probably drives them on.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought there'd be any nerves. Certainly I used to get excited by the big games. Big games, the better. They're the ones you want to be involved in. The group we've got now gets excited leading into the games, and each and every one of them wants to perform well, wants to be the best version of themselves. So I think the confidence is high. That comes from winning games, so we're in a good place at the moment.
Of course, finally on the FA Youth Cup last night, our youth team progressing in that. It's great to see them progressing.
Yeah, the lads are doing really well. Had a really good performance against Morecambe initially, and then obviously last night as well. So we're progressing well. That's what we want to see. I've been really impressed with the level of young player that the club produces, and it seems like they're going down the same route again. So a lot of good young players. We obviously push when the numbers dictate the younger players to train with the senior lads, because we think that helps their development, and you always judge the progress of a young player or the potential of a young player in terms of whether or not they can handle stepping up to the senior group and holding their own. And for the most part, almost every one of them, the sessions don't break down. They're very much involved in it. Senior players giving the ball, which is always a sign that they're happy and they're comfortable with the players' abilities. So the lads in the academy are doing a great job.
Thanks for that.